Hi, welcome to Spanish 101, and today we're going to be talking about word stress as well as written accent marks. Today we're going to be talking about this because this is a really important part of speaking Spanish, and this will help you in your speaking abilities as well as starting to create an accent that it's more closer to what native speakers sound like. Okay. So the important things about stress is that all of the words in Spanish have a stress depending on what kind of word they are. And today we're going to be looking at two different types of words. It's just like an introduction of the pronunciation of words in Spanish. So first of all, we need to know what kind of stress we're going to use depending on the word. So the first things that we're going to do is we're going to identify the type of stress in the word. Is there a written accent? That's the first question you're going to ask whenever you see a word. Is there a written accent? If there is a written accent, you need to emphasize the syllable where the accent is on. For example, we have these examples here, bolígrafo, which is a pen, and we have, this is capitalized, it's usually not. I just want to emphasize that that's the syllable we're going to stress when we pronounce it. So since we have the accent on the I, we're going to say bolígrafo. That's where the stress syllable is going to be because the marked accent is telling us that. So the next one is mama or mother. We have the accent, the written accent on the last syllable, so that's where we're going to stress mama. And then the next one is árbol or tree. So we have the accent mark on the first syllable, so that's what we're going to emphasize, árbol. Okay? But second, if the word doesn't have an accent on it, we're going to categorize the word depending on which one it is. So if the word has no written accent, then we classify the word. Words ending in vowel N or an S are called palabras llanas. And here are some examples of those. So when there are palabras llanas or they end in a vowel or N or an S, we're going to accent the second to last syllable. That's where we're going to make the stress on the second to last. So mesa, mexicano, gracias. Okay, so as you can see, ends with a vowel, ends with a vowel, ends with an S. So we're going to stress on the second to last syllable. Mesa, mexicano, gracias, okay? And the second type of word that exists is palabras agudas. And palabras agudas are words ending in consonant other than N or S. So if the word ends in any other consonant that is not N, S, or a vowel, so then it's going to be a palabra aguda. And palabras agudas, they have the word stress on the last syllable. For example, usted ends with a consonant and it has the accent. The stress sound is going to be on the last syllable. Usted, español, profesor. Okay? So that's pretty much the two types of words that you have to remember. There are other ones, but this is just a brief introduction to word stress as well as marked accents on the words. So here I have a practice. So let's identify the word first, and then we have to identify the stressed vowel. So the first one, we know that ends with an N, so then we go back. Palabras llanas end with an N, and they have the word stress on the second to last syllable. So the second to last will be here. Cantan. So we don't write an accent because it's a palabra without an accent. So that's where we're going to do the stress. So the next one ends with a vowel. So we know that words ending in a vowel are llanas and they have the stress on the second to last. So it will be here again. Then we have another one. So it means it's going to be there. The next one ends with a consonant. It's not an N or an S. So therefore it's going to be a palabra aguda. And the stress is going to be on the last syllable. So right here, mujer. So cantan, arte, clase, mujer. The next one, español, ends with a consonant, so we're going to add the stress on the last syllable, español. Next one ends with an S, so the stress syllable is on the second to last. So right here, amigos. Next one ends with a consonant, so the accent is going to be, the stress is going to be on the last syllable, señor. The next one ends with a vowel, so then the accent is going to be on the second to last, mochila. And here we have a vowel, so then the accent is going to, the stress is going to be on the second to last, igualmente. And finally, ends with an R, so we're going to stress the last syllable, Ecuador. Okay? So I hope this works as an introduction of stress and in the words in Spanish. Just remember that whenever there's a marked accent on the word, then that's the syllable you have to emphasize. But if there is no accent on them, these two rules will help you identify the word, if it's a llana or aguda, and then add the stress syllable correctly. And at the beginning, maybe it could be a little maybe confusing, but the more you practice, the more you look at Spanish text and try to identify the word, it'll help you and you'll be able to improve your pronunciation with this.